Hey there, hope all is right in your world. So one of the best things that we can get in our hobby is a Mailday, and I'm about to send this one out to Dwight. It's a 5354 Parkhurst Gordie Howe. I'm sure he's going to love getting it in the mail, as I just got a bunch of stuff myself over the past month or so. Some of it's from PSA, and some of it is just some mishmash that I picked up off of the internet and eBay. So let's take a look. Here we go. So starting off, the first mail that I got actually has to do with my Now and Then series. So I'm just going to pop this up here for a second. This is something that I've had for a long time. It's actually a cabinet from the late 1800s of Lord Stanley, the man who donated the Stanley Cup to professional hockey. And so let's flip it over on the back. This is an SGC7. It's actually from England, from the Browns, Barnes and Bell Royal Studios. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Someday I'll do a video on it. It's one of my more prized possessions. So in terms of doing Now and Then, what I like to do is pair up vintage cards with cards that do come out right now. And so one of the things I've keyed in on as a small side project is the 2000s Upper Deck series masterpieces. And so I'm going to pop this one up right here. It's my way of collecting parallels. I know some of you may not enjoy that part, but I do, and so this is a big part of it. There's one of the base cards. This one right here is the green. It's numbered out of 50. I'll just put that one right over here. And the one that I just got in the mail right here, it's not numbered, but this is the brown version. And that's a nice little add-on there. And so someday I will do a Now and Then series on Lord Stanley once I get the red out of 25, and maybe a couple others that I have in my eyesights over the next couple of years. All right. The next part of my Mailday is going to be focused on, I guess we'd call it pre-war hockey. It's not really, it's after World War I in the 1920s, but pre-World War II hockey. First up is NHL Hall of Famer Punch Broadbent, Harry Punch Broadbent here. So this is actually an ASA slab from 2425 Maple Crispet. Beautiful, beautiful card. A little bit of a stain on the top right there, but otherwise edges are nice, corners really nice for a card that's over 100 years old. A little OC, but not terrible. And Punch Broadbent, there's the back. Gotta love those stamps that they used to put on these Maple Crispets. Just really, really cool. Used to send these cards in and get free set of skates. Then the legend goes that they kept a card or two back. They're impossible to find so that they didn't have to give away the skates. Anyways, so Punch Broadbent, four-time Stanley Cup champion, and one of the most prolific scorers. Actually played pre-NHL and in 1917 once the NHL formed. So really, really, really important player. And segueing to another card of his, I just happen to be going on a Broadbent bend here. There we go. These are absolutely stunning. If you haven't had a chance to look at or pick up a C144 1924 Champ cigarette card, these are absolutely gorgeous. They don't exist. Usually most of them have a count of 30 or less in any registry. And so here's another Punch Broadbent card. Fairly similar, basically the same photo. But the sepia tones on these are unbelievable to look at. They're not black and white. They get this really nice fuzzy border. If you look at them up close and you get them centered, the white just pops on the back. I mean, these things are, there we go. These things are quintessential cigarette cards from the early 1900s. Really nice biography on the back from Hamilton, Ontario. And this set is the home to the infamous Stanley Cup card, the one where they had 4 players who they couldn't get the permission to put their pictures in, so you could send away and get the Stanley Cup card, and now that card has just gone absolutely crazy. It's easily eclipsed the C55 George Vezina, I think, in my opinion, as the grail of hockey card collectors. So, and then continuing with Champ Cigarette, and we have the 1924 C144 Frank Niber. And so Frank Niber is known as pretty much the first defensive forward specialist the king of the pocheck, and probably the best two-way forward of the 1920s. Just kind of zero in on that. Just once again, just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Just a little bit of a thing there. That's why I'd be a little higher than a 2. The back is absolutely gorgeous again. Once again, pop count under 25. You just don't find these anywhere. And so, yeah, I had a chance to add it. Had to add it to the collection. Along with Babe Die. You can see him kind of way back there. There he is poking through. Babe's looking at you. Here we go. Let's look at another part of the Mailday. So one of the things I love about PSA is the fact that they can give us digital copies of our cards. So for a lot of us that have gone into the digital age, especially for those of us that are doing some things on YouTube, this is something that we can certainly appreciate. And so for me, the other opportunity to pay 30 Canadian dollars, or it'd be about 20 bucks US, is to have a new slab put in. So a bunch of the cards that I'm going to show you had the old Mylars and they looked absolutely horrible. So now they look great in their new slabs. The cards fit. And here we go. So the first 3 are from my Maddox collection. Greg Maddox is my personal PC guy. The first one up is the 1987 Topps Traded Tiffany version of Greg Maddox rookie card. Really pops now that it's got a new slab. If I put it on the back, there we go, flip it around. And of course I can look at it digitally on the app whenever I want. So that's the 87 Topps Traded Tiffany Greg Maddox. The next one up is what most people aim for when collecting Maddox. And as a proud Canadian, it's always nice to see his top rookie card is the Canadian issues. So it's the 1987 Leaf, which is the Don Russ version up here. Beautifully centered card, and flip it around the back. And the nice part is I can totally see that French down there along with the English. Beautiful card, and one of my favorites for sure. So this next one is a really obscure Maddox card. It is a rookie card, and it's from his 1987 Venezuelan sticker. And so less than 30 of these exist as far as I can see with the pop reports anyways, and most of them have the backs missing, which means that people took them out of the sticker books, removed them really carefully, and they're paper thin. This one here has the back intact, which is really nice. So somebody obviously used some masking tape right at the top to put it in. And all of these here, they're always faded. The picture wasn't always great. You can see some of the glue kind of seep through there. They're always off-centered for the most part. Finding a centered one when there's only 30 that exist is pretty tough. But this was for sure needed to be reslabbed. The Mylar made it look just terrible. So it looks a lot better now. Happy to put that one in. Now we're definitely going to go Golden Age Vintage, one of my favorite cards. I'm not a mantle collector, and I'm not a maze collector. I'm not actually really even a Golden Age collector, but this was one that I aimed for mainly because Willie is smiling, and that's actually pretty rare. If you go take a look at a lot of his cards, he doesn't usually look too happy, but this is really nice, obviously taken at an all-star game, and PSA 6 of the 1962 Topps Manager's Dream Mantle and Maze card. Flipping it around the back, you get a really nice talk about both players as well. One of my favorite vintage cards, and happy to have it reslabbed. It fits nicely now, looks fantastic, especially with the brown. The card kind of always looked a little faded. Looks really good right now. And then the last one, I'm just going to put this right in the middle here. This is definitely one of my favorite cards. I couldn't believe I was able to pick this up for a fairly decent price. Here we go. 1909 E92 Dockman & Sons Cy Young. To be honest with you, I didn't even know this card existed until I saw it. You know, I'm so used to seeing all the different T206 versions out there and some of the other more prominent ones, but this one right here, look at that orange. Unbelievable. And it's a pretty old grade, but the nice thing is the grade actually holds up. If I was going to send this in now, I'd have expected to get at least a 2.5. Don't know if it would 3 or not. There's a little bit bleeding on the side. One of the corners up here has a bit of a dog ear. Someday I'll do another video on this one, probably a now and then. There's your back. Can't believe I own this one. It's just stunning in person. Even the lipstick lines up for the most part. Did you ever take a look at those? Sometimes it's off. So there you go. Some Reslabs. Now what we're going to do is get into some actual submissions. I sent 3 cards in, and we'll take a look. This was my first ever PSA submission, and now that they have an office in Toronto and they're always prominent at the Toronto Sports Card Expo, it's pretty easy to drop them off. You know, like the rest of you, I'm not crazy about the prices going up, but the fact is their cards do sell for more than other grading companies. So sometimes you have to kind of go that way. In this case right here, all 3 cards, I'm looking at reselling at some point. One was pack pulled, one was one that I purposely sought out as a horizontal collector, and then the 3rd card is something that I couldn't pass up. So here we go. This was actually pack pulled, having a great Olympics right now, and Juraj Slafkovsky of the Montreal Canadiens. So this is his rookie card, the UD Canvas version from 2022 Upper Deck. As soon as I pulled it, it looked like a gem right off the bat. Looked at it under the microscope and it looked fantastic. And sure enough, it came back as a PSA 10. So that's my first ever gem. Really nice in person. Happy to give this one away, though. I'm a Leaf fan. So Montreal Canadiens, I love the history behind the team. Love the way they've built it, but definitely not something I'm going to keep. The next one is for my PC as a horizontal collector. A big fan of Aaron Judge, and of course, my favorite movie, as a lot of you, is Field of Dreams. When I found out that he had a short print from the 2002 Topps with Field of Dreams background in it when he played in Iowa, I had to pick this one up. So just stunning corners. The edges were amazing. Funny thing is, though, my wife was the one that pointed out. She said, that doesn't look centered. And I knew it going in. So definitely a 9 for sure. Centering is the 10 killer. We all know that. But happy to add this one to it. I got a nice price for it raw. The grading, I'd probably be able to sell it for what I've got into it now. But this is one that's just going to go away. I don't need a perfect 10. It's just a gorgeous card that'll go into the collection for sure. So the last one is actually from my childhood. It's a card that I picked up probably my late teens, early 20s. You can already look at the back here. I was fully expecting a PSA 8 on this, and I wasn't expecting a 9. So just stunning card. Little OC to the left here makes me wonder if it was a little more centered, would it have pulled off a 10? Probably still not. The surface is unbelievable. Corners are really nice for a card from 1988 Fleer. Turning around the back, you can see here, don't have any wax stains or anything like that. Just kind of pops off the card, especially with that new holder. So super happy with this one. Haven't decided if I'm going to sell it or not. There's a crazy ton of them out there, but this is certainly one that, you know, it's one of those things. Do I get rid of it because I've owned it for probably 40 years or not? So there you go. I'll just turn that over there. Those are my 3 most recent PSA submissions. Hope you enjoyed that. So there you go. Greg's back in his rightful spot, and I'm done with my reveal for today. If you'd like to comment down below, that would be fantastic. Please let me know what you liked about this, some things that you change. At the same time, I'm sure you've seen some of the things I have in the background. If you have any questions, or if you'd like me to do a video about something, just let me know down below. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you down the road.